My name's Mark Armstrong. I'm one of the founders of RateMyAgent and also the head of strategy at RateMyAgent now. And look, we're really wrapped about this webinar. It's been a long time coming. A lot of you will have already been using our RateMyAgent mortgage broker reviews platform and building your database of reviews. I'm actually going to go back and just give everyone a bit of a refresher as to how that works and how it looks. But we've been wrapped with the success of that. We've had over 5,000 reviews posted in a very short period of time, and we're getting hundreds of reviews posted every day. So it's been a huge success. But what we're really excited about is we had a heap of mortgage brokers that said, "Come on, your tools for real estate agents are pretty bloody good. Why aren't you building these tools for us?" Some mortgage brokers probably said to us, "We're more important than real estate agents." So we listened. We listened to a couple of things that hey, you really wanted these tools, but we also listened to the priority. What were the most important tools that brokers wanted, and that was something we spoke to a lot of brokers about. Just trying to get to the bottom of, we've got all these tools at RateMyAgent, but if you could pick one, which are the ones you'd want first? And we're really wrapped to announce 3 new tools today. We're going to talk about Google, our Google My Business integration, our social media manager integration, and also our review widgets. So so pretty happy. I like to do these things in a pretty relaxed way. I'm going to share my screen now, but if people do have questions, more than happy to answer any questions you've got. Just put them in the chat, and towards the end, I'll get to those questions. So as I say, please feel free to ask any questions you like as we go through. I always stuff this up and share my screen in the wrong way, so let's hope I don't stuff it up today. Here we go. I think we've got that. I hope everyone can see that okay. So let's just start with where we've come from. So this is a mortgage broker profile on RateMyAgent. And as you can see, it looks really great. This was the base level. We launched this a few months ago. We really wanted agents to, questions coming through here. We really wanted agents to be able to start building their database of reviews before we were launching all these additional tools. So as I said, we've had a huge response from mortgage brokers building out their review profile. Over 5,000 reviews posted. You can see Damien Roylance here got a review 2 days ago, another one 2 days ago. He got one too. He's just got reviews coming in almost every day. And we've seen a lot of mortgage brokers who are just getting a continual flow of reviews coming through. And why was this important? It's really important to start to build the review database for 2 reasons. It's really about getting those reviews in and building your digital footprint. So what I mean by that is, if I click on any one of these reviews, you can see that, I'll get rid of that there. Every review creates its own unique web page. So for us at RateMyAgent, it was really about starting to build that database of reviews for agents and building that digital footprint, and then building this asset base. And the tools that I'm going to show you in a few minutes really leverages off that database of reviews. But the other thing that it does, and it's already working for Damien, is it has huge SEO benefit. So you can see here, I've just typed in Damien Roylance. I've just typed in his name here. And you can see that his RateMyAgent profile is already coming up #1. And this is in a very short period of time, 3 months or so since Damien, or 2 months or so since Damien started collecting reviews. So collecting that review database and using that base level of subscription at RateMyAgent is really important, because it builds that database. It builds on SEO, it creates that asset that now we can start to use in a whole range of ways. So a whole lot of agents have already done that, build out their database. So what are we going to show you now? We're going to show you 3 really awesome tools. And these are the tools that brokers really ask for. And really, we sort of already knew, because it's the tools that the real estate agents love the most as well. The first one is something that we call our Google integration, our Google My Business integration. And this is Damien's dashboard here. So anyone who has a RateMyAgent profile and is using RateMyAgent, you'll have access to this dashboard. And the first tool I'm going to show you here is is, as I said, Google My Business. In the dashboard, if you click on linked accounts, and then you can connect your Google My Business profile to RateMyAgent. So why is this important? It's important for two reasons. The first one is it's about review syndication. We heard a lot of people tell us that, hey, we know reviews are important, but we don't want to have to ask our customers to write reviews in multiple platforms. We want to ask them once, and we want to use that review in multiple areas. And that's really what review syndication is all about. Get your customer to write the review once, and then use digital tools to syndicate those reviews around the web. And that's what we do with Google My Business. So if I look at, this is Entourage's Google My Business profile here. I've just typed in Entourage Finance here, and you'll see this is their Google My Business listing on the right-hand side. And this is where Google reviews sit. So as I said, we don't want to have to ask our customer to write a review at RateMyAgent, and then write a review at Google, and then write a review for Facebook, and then write a review for LinkedIn, and then we have to try and get it onto our website. We really just want them to write it once. So look what's happening here. With our Google review integration, if I click on Google reviews now, and I just change this to the newest reviews, you'll see here that there's a few reviews. Entourage just linked up Google a couple of days ago. You'll see there's a review here from Matthew that says refinancing. Damien and his team were great to deal with. If I come back to his profile, you'll see that that review originated at RateMyAgent. Damien and his team were great to deal with. This next review here that says very knowledgeable. Damien and his team at Entourage assisted us with our loans. If I come back to his Google reviews, you'll see that this review originated at RateMyAgent. So this is the power of the RateMyAgent professional tools. You get the review posted in RateMyAgent, and then we prompt the consumer to paste this. It only takes a couple of clicks. They do need a Gmail account, but it's so seamless. They just copy and paste that review across with a couple of clicks into Google My Business. So review syndication out of RateMyAgent into Google Reviews is the first product we're launching. And look, to be honest, it was without a doubt the most asked for feature at RateMyAgent. Every mortgage broker we spoke to said, hey, we really want to use that feature. And here it is. It's all built and it's ready to go. But the other feature within Google My Business that a lot of people don't really know about, it's Google Posts. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions here. John, we received a lot of testimonials from other platforms and we're told we could add to RateMyAgent. Is that option now available? Posting existing reviews is not far away. It's a matter of weeks away, John. So that post existing reviews feature, it's being built as we speak, and it's not far away at all. I might get to these other questions towards the end. So Google Posts is something that not many people know a lot about. But when you're in Google My Business here and you scroll down the bottom, you'll see that you have the ability to post directly into Google My Business. So this is another feature of RateMyAgent. We've integrated this post section. So all you need to do is set a schedule. If I click on this here, this will show you here. I'm going to go into Social Media Manager shortly, but this is the schedule. You can automatically post into Facebook, you can automatically post into LinkedIn, and you can automatically post into Google Posts. So Entourage have got theirs set to post daily at 12 o'clock. And if I come in here, you'll see that they're posting their latest review into Google My Business every day at 12 o'clock. And if I click on this review here, you'll see that we can scroll down and we can see all the reviews that are being posted into Google My Business. And if I click on Learn More, it will take me straight into to that review on the page. So some really, really great features. As I said, this Google Posts we think is a really important part. It's a really important part of review syndication. And your pro subscription at RateMyAgent, I'll get to how that works towards the end, but your pro subscription links both of those things, Google Reviews and also Google Posts. So that's Google My Business. Really, really cool feature. We love it. We're really excited about it. And we're sure you will be as well. But we also want to get our reviews into social media. So we've built in, you have this social media manager here. where you can connect up your social media accounts. I showed you how to connect up Google before, but you can connect up Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Entourage don't really use LinkedIn, so they haven't hooked that up. I think Trump is probably the only one that uses LinkedIn, actually. But they've hooked up Facebook and LinkedIn. And also they can set a schedule, set and forget. So their schedule is to share a review on Facebook every day at 12 noon. And also within LinkedIn, share a review at 12 noon. But really easy to change that and change this frequency to weekly. And we're actually building out some more times, some more features here. And if you see how that works, this is Entourage's Facebook page, and you'll see that an hour ago, or a bit over an hour ago, one of their reviews was automatically posted into Facebook for them. So they didn't have to go through and remember to do this. The social media manager just picks up the review and posts it into Facebook for Entourage. And if we also look at Damien's personal LinkedIn profile, you see an hour or so ago, it also picked up that same review and posted it into LinkedIn for him. So a really cool feature. This is a little bit like Hootsuite. I'm not sure if any of you use Hootsuite, but we've essentially built Hootsuite into our system. So you can just set this up, and then all you need to worry about is requesting and collecting reviews. And once you request and get those reviews, they automatically syndicate to Google reviews, Google posts, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, wherever they need to go. And that's the power of review syndication. I've got a few questions coming through, so I might just have a look at them before I show you our widgets. Julie's asked, can you show us how it looks from a client view of filling out the review, please? I don't have that ready, Julia, here, but Emma, we might send that through. We'll send you a sample of the review form that they fill out. It is a really basic form. I can show you in here that in Damien's dashboard, if you click on, let me go into his dashboard here. If you click on reviews, this is the review form that you need to fill out. So it's a really simple review form when you request reviews. I unfortunately don't have a sample here at my disposal of what the form that the customer sees. But I will say two things. First of all, it's really simple. It's 50% of our reviews get posted on a mobile device, and our review conversion sits at around about 60%. So if you ask for a review, 60% of the time the review will come back. That's a really high conversion rate. We understand that Google's conversion rate's around 10%, and the reason it's so low is because you need a Gmail account to post the review. But the other, I'm not sure if people can hear that bird in the background. The other reason that we get such a high conversion rate is the customer doesn't have to set up an account at all. They get an email from RateMyAgent or coming from you, but via RateMyAgent. They click a link, it opens up the review form. They type in the review, whether it's on a mobile or desktop or iPad or whatever it is, and then they click submit and they post the review. We then set up an account retrospectively for them, so they can come back and edit the review and do whatever they need to do. So I've got a heap of questions coming through, so I'm going to get to those all at the one time, but there's one other product that we're really excited to show you. We've spoken about Google My Business, awesome bloody tool. You're going to love it. We've spoken about Social Media Manager, Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter integrations, awesome tool. You're going to love it, but you're going to love this one as well. We call this our Social Media Manager. So if I go, sorry, we don't call it our Social Media Manager. We call it Review Widgets. So back into Damien's dashboard here, and you'll see that we've got a little tab called Widgets. So what is a widget? A widget is a little bit of computer code that sits in your website or sits behind the scenes in your website, and it generates this this window of reviews that can automatically connect with your website. So once you get a review on RateMyAgent, that review automatically syndicates across to your website or to any website that you control. Again, we know that agents love this feature. It saves you as mortgage brokers a lot of time or cost, because often you need to go back to your web designer to get the reviews across, or you have to go into some sort of platform to copy and paste the review across. With our RateMyAgent widgets, once you set it up, and it's really easy to set up, once you set it up with a bit of code, as soon as you get a review, it just automatically syndicates across. So if I show the example on Entourage's website here, let me get rid of that there so I can see. So this is Entourage's website here, and if I scroll down to this section here, you'll see the review widget here. And so it's automatically pulling in all the reviews that Damien's receiving. And soon we're going to actually have this feature for the office as well. So if you have multiple brokers working out of the same office and you want one widget, we'll be releasing that feature in the coming months. But once again, you know, if anyone's looking at your website, we can click on full review here, takes us directly into that review. And they can go into Damien's profile and contact Damien from here. So a really, really nifty feature. So that's it. That's what I've got to show you today. I'm going to have a look at these questions coming through. But at RateMyAgent, there's a two-step process. Collecting these reviews first of all. That's our starter subscription. That's our $49 a month subscription. And it allows you to build that database of reviews. It allows you to get that SEO working. It allows you to build that asset. Once you build that asset and you want to take the next step and you want to start using that asset in review syndication across Google My Business, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, your own website, you know, you set it up once and it just does it for you. That's where you upgrade to our $99 a month subscription. You can, if anyone would like to talk to someone about setting up, upgrading their subscription, Emma's going to put something in the chat, but you can, there's a link that you can set up a time. You can set up a time to talk to one of our team, or you can email us at support@ratemyagent.com.au. But we'll, you know, if you want to talk to us, one of our sales team will reach out to you. So there's a whole lot of questions coming through here. Can this be used for personal car loans as well as home loans? And if so, can be titled finance broker instead of mortgage broker? Michelle, at this stage, it's not for personal loans or car loans. It's not to say that it's not something that we'll look at in the future, but you know, it might be something that we put on the roadmap down the track. But for us, there's a whole lot more features that we really want to build for mortgage brokers and residential. You can use commercial loans here as well, but you know, it doesn't really matter whether it's commercial or residential. We'll look at car loans and personal loans in the future. Todd's asking here, I was told that Google and Facebook syncing was what I was paying for when I signed up months ago. Great to see it's there. I'm worried though that, as in my RateMyAgent account, it says that I'm basic level subscription, which does not have that feature, which is not what I paid for or was told. Can you please confirm? Okay, so Todd, I suggest you get in touch with our team. There may be a bit of misunderstanding there. Our Facebook, you're able to manually share on Facebook on that basic level. Google and those social media integrations are all higher level subscriptions. They're higher level subscriptions for our real estate partners and also for our mortgage broker partners. But look, you're welcome to contact our support team and talk to them. Yes, I would like to copy of that one too. So Samantha, I'm not sure what that means. I think that might mean, yeah, the view of what the customer sees. So we'll certainly get that across to you. Someone's sending. Paul's got a question here saying, is there a way to see who you have invited to review? Yes, Paul, that's coming. So when I look at the dashboard here at the moment, you'll see that we've got this reviews tab. You can already see, actually, I didn't show you this before, but you can already see our Google Review Manager. So you can not only see who's posted into Google Reviews, but you can also reply to them from here as well. So you can actually manage Google Reviews from RateMyAgent. And the tab here that we haven't finished building yet is this reviews tab or request tab. This is where in the coming weeks you will be able to see the history of all the people you've requested from. We just have to build these things in a logical sequence. Brokers were saying they wanted these syndication tools first, but Paul, we're not far away from releasing that feature where you'll be able to see all the reviews that you've requested. Someone's asked here, due to privacy reasons, do my clients have to include their address to review us on RateMyAgent? No, they don't. So that review form that we will share with you, the customer has the option to hide their address and also to hide their name and to remain anonymous. So that was something that we were some really early feedback around privacy. So they absolutely have the option to hide their address. And if I show you that on the front end, you'll see some people who no doubt have chosen that option. So a few of these people have decided to disclose their full address here. But this one here, you can see Strathmore, Victoria. So they've just left their suburb, but they've ticked the box when they posted the review to not disclose their address. So we certainly give them that functionality. So they can keep their address undisclosed, and they can also keep their name undisclosed and have it as an anonymous review. Steve's asking, can a review be removed? Once someone posts a review onto RateMyAgent, it can't be removed. Well, it can be removed. The person who posted it has the ability to remove it or to edit that review. That's like any other review platform. That I think we have to understand from a legal point of view that the review is technically owned by the person who posted it. And they have the power to edit, to remove, to do whatever they like with it, and they can certainly come back and do that here. But Steve, it's really important to point out that we're a review request platform, so you have the power, unlike a Google or any other platform where anyone can come in and write a review. On RateMyAgent, you have control over who you request the review from. So that's a really important distinction. It absolutely gives you control of who can post a review on your profile. So I think that's it. I'm not sure if there's any other questions coming through. I hope I've answered all those questions. There is another question coming through. Just wondering what the time frame is from request to client being emailed. So Gail, when you request a review, it happens immediately. I think that's what you're saying here, but if you come into the reviews tab and you click request reviews and you put in, you nominate whether it was a new purchase or a refinance, you put in the client's name and email address, the address of the property that it relates to, the loan settlement, and your personal message. RateMyAgent is really just an email platform. It's no different to sending an email like you would in Gmail or any other email platform. This just simply sends it. When you click request review, it goes out in real time. So Gail, I hope that answers that question. A bit of advice to people who are looking at this. We find that the success rate grows the closer you send the review out to settlement date, because that's when people are happiest. It's the same with real estate. When agents send out a review request, the day of sale. So if someone sells something at auction, then if you send that review request that same day, there tends to be really heightened euphoria and happiness and relief and all those sorts of things. And so the strike rate of getting reviews skyrockets. I'd suggest that as a mortgage broker, I'd be sending the review request out as close to the settlement date as possible. They're picking up their keys. There's all that excitement. They're moving into their new home if it's a buyer, or it is going to be a buyer if you're doing a loan. So I'd suggest you send that out. But the review request goes out as soon as you click send. I think we've got some other questions coming through here. Chat. We do. Okay, so I've missed a whole lot of things here. Isn't that bad? All good. Share. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. Will this pick up old Google reviews or only new ones? So, Phil, at this stage, it's just new reviews that are coming through, but we are building into the platform the ability to go back and get those old reviews across to Google reviews as well. But certainly any new review that's posted from the day you connect Google onwards, it will syndicate them across. I have to be very clear to everyone that there's a limitation within Google reviews. So if someone doesn't have a Gmail account and they don't want to set up a Gmail account, then the review won't be syndicated across. But we make it as easy as possible for them to get those across, and we have quite a good strike rate of getting those across. Does it have to be Gmail, not any other email address? So Kelly, yeah, that's a limitation of Google. We wish they would change that, but to post a review into Google reviews, you need a Gmail account. So it's unfortunately a limitation. It's very easy for people to set it up, but that is a limitation of Google. There's nothing we can do about that. Google doesn't have a phone number that we can call. It's one of the reasons why we suggest that you get the review in RateMyAgent first, because you will get a review 60% of the time. If you go to Google, you'll get the review only 10% of the time because of that limitation, because the customer must have a Gmail account. We highly recommend you will get sick. We know this, our research shows this, and from experience, we've collected 850,000 reviews on the RateMyAgent platform. We know that the conversion rate is 6 times more efficient in RateMyAgent than it is Google. And the main reason for that is we don't put up that barrier to entry. You don't need an account. You just need someone to request the review. So I hope that answers that question for you, Kelly. Paul is asking, is the vision for it to push over a prompt to Google review in the future? Yeah, Paul, I hope that answers that question, but we don't have the power to do that. We would love to do that, but that's a Google limitation. I might just confirming you need the Pro subscription to be able to link Google. That's right. You need an upgrade to a Pro subscription. That's a part. It gives you all those features: Social Media Manager, Gmail Connect, or Google reviews and Google Posts, and also that widget as well. I've got a question here. Google likes posts to be kept fresh, at least one post every 7 days. So that's a really good point. That the Google posts, they don't disappear, but they go into the background. So we recommend that you post into Google every week to always keep a Google post within Google Posts there. But our support team, our sales team, support team can certainly talk you through that. Paul's asking, if there are multiple reviews within 24 hours, will they all be loaded up to Facebook or other platforms? So Paul, our system will put them into a queue essentially. So they'll only post one review at a time. So if you get 5 reviews in one day, and you've set your Facebook posts or your timer to post every day, it will only post one a day, and then it will wait 24 hours, post the next one. If you say you want to post every week, well, again, it would post one, and then it will wait 7 days and post the next one. We did have a feature, but we took it out where it posted in real time. And we just found that we had a lot of complaints about that, where for that example exactly, that if you got 5 reviews, a lot of people sort of request their reviews in one hit, and they get a whole lot of reviews posted into Facebook, all on the same day, and then nothing. So we thought about that, and we've built into the system so it builds a queue, and it posts at the time that you want it to post. Giovanna says, this is really useful, amazing. Thank you, Giovanna. Thanks for the feedback. Craig says, are you adding Instagram? Yes, Craig, we are adding Instagram. There is a limitation with Instagram's API and building that into our social media manager, but our team is working on that at the moment, and I don't have any exact time frame at this stage. We are building our promoter product, which is really cool. I'm not going to go too far into this right now, but that's a product that will allow you to convert these reviews into a digital ad and promote them through Facebook, Instagram, and Google's ad networks. It's a really cool feature. I'm hoping we're sort of, a month or so away from releasing that, but we'll certainly have another webinar when we release that. There's a heap of stuff that we're still building behind the scenes. Paul's asked, you don't need a Google account to post a Google review. Paul, yeah, contact us. That's not our understanding. You may well need, yeah, maybe, yeah, contact us and we can certainly talk to you about that. Diana McKenzie, Diana's asking, I was wondering what that, yeah, my son's birds are in the background. So sorry, Diana. Hopefully they've quietened down now. Michelle's asking, can this be used for, we've answered that question. Is it possible for Facebook and Google My Business reviews to be added to RateMyAgent, so the reverse of what is covering? So Matthew, at this stage, not Facebook, but certainly Google My Business, we're already, as I showed before, if I come in here, scroll down here, if I come into the dashboard, we are ingesting those Google reviews. We're not showing them on the front end of the website yet, but there certainly is plans to do that. So as you can see here, all Google reviews are flowing through to the RateMyAgent website, and you can manage and reply to them here. Facebook doesn't have an API that we understand, and maybe our team can do a bit more work on that, but we don't have that ability with Facebook yet. Google reviews is really where it's at, though. I mean, that's probably the most important review platform to integrate with. So as you can see, all of the Google reviews are here. We will build out a feature at some stage in the future where those reviews will be will come across and be displayed on RateMyAgent as well. I can't give you any exact timeframes on that, but it's certainly something that we'll look at. Emma's also just put a link in the chat here about pricing and subscription tiers. I'll show you that just before I go. Vaughn's asked, I paid 12 months up front. Exactly, yeah, Vaughan, for anyone who's already paid 12 months up front for that base level subscription, we certainly will factor that in. So you certainly won't be paying upfront again. So I'd suggest, Vaughan, you talk to one of our sales team and they can certainly assist you with that. George has asked, can I Google review duplicated? Can a Google review be duplicated if a client does through RateMyAgent that is linked to Google and then the client does the review on Google Direct? I guess they could. I guess the idea is, George, if you get them to post the review in RateMyAgent first, and then they get it across into Google. Hopefully they don't post it into Google again. Someone from my team has just informed me that widgets are a part of Basic. So that widget product is a part of the Basic subscription. It's not a part of the Pro. So I apologize for that for everyone listening there. So the widget product is a part of that Basic subscription. Marcus has asked, if I missed it somewhere, my apologies. Why are agents charged $600 a month and brokers $99 a month? What seems to be the same product when I compare the two Pro plans? Yeah, look, it's a really good question, Marcus, about why agents, real estate agents, are charged $69 and mortgage brokers $99. Look, the fundamental reason for that is that we have a relationship with real estate agents that allows us to access all of this data. So all of the property listing data, it's a symbiotic relationship that we have with the real estate industry. So that, you know, I guess it's in recognition of that relationship. RateMyAgent couldn't function without that data flowing through, that listing data. It comes across from thousands of data feeds. So look, that's one of the reasons for that, Marcus. Kathy says, is it easy for clients to post their house photo, or do we do that? So Kathy, we should have there's a feature that we're building at the moment that will allow you to add a photo of the house if we don't have it. For any new sales, new purchases, for 99% of those properties, we will have the data already because of the relationship we have with real estate agents that gets which gets the data into our system. For properties that are being refinanced, we do link in with Google and we pick up the Google Street View image, but we are building a feature that will allow you to upload an image. We also build in some features, we won't talk about these now, but sold selfies, where if you've got a photo with your customer and you know, handing over, you won't be handing over the keys, but on their day they're moving in or something like that. So some of those features are definitely coming. If we cancel subscription at some point in the future, does our profile and reviews get deleted? Yeah, so Todd, it doesn't get deleted. It would affect SEO, but so I'll get you to talk to one of our sales team about exactly what happens if you cancel your subscription. So a mortgage broker profile is a paid subscription. So certainly talk to one of our sales team about that. Yep, so Jason's asked another question. We've already paid for the basic annual, so you absolutely will get credit for that, Jason. It comes off the upgrade, so certainly talk to our sales team. You won't be charged the full amount again. We're not going to charge you for basic and then the full whack for the pro on top of that. We'll certainly, the sales team have all got the ability to, well, not the ability, but they will discount that by how much you've already paid. Let me stop sharing here so I can see that there. All right. Tons of questions coming through, which is great. Q&A and chat. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay, so Paul, I'll get one of our, I don't mean to be misleading, Paul, on the Google review issue. So I'm not trying to deliberately mislead anyone there, but it's certainly our understanding. You can post a Google review in Google Maps without a Gmail address. Okay, Paul, love you to talk to our team here because that's not our understanding. So probably not my job to mislead anyone. And to be quite frank, it would make our lives a hell of a lot easier if you didn't. So, love you to talk to our team. And if there's something that we're missing there, certainly love to be corrected on that. Because as I said, it would make our lives a hell of a lot easier. Kathy says, thank you. Great job. Love the bird. Yep. It's a bit bloody noisy. 12 months to pay for. Todd, I'll just get you to talk to our sales team about that. So I'm not 100% sure of that conversation. So I'm not going to get into that now. Kathy, the truth is you don't need a Gmail account to leave business reviews on Google. So that's what you mean YouTube. Okay. So yeah, look, we'll research that issue with Gmail accounts. We'll certainly post an update there about that. As I said, if that's the wrong information, it's certainly not. We're not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. That's just our understanding at the moment. So we'll certainly get you updated on that. I think that's all. Gail says, thank you. Is the picture of the review the client's transaction address? Yes, it is. So that's where we get, Tony, we get the data. Either it comes from Google Street View or it comes from the actual transaction itself. Do brokers receive many new leads for being a part of RateMyAgent platform? And if so, what are the stats? Look, we're not a lead generation platform. We're a digital marketing platform. I think it's very early days when we look at mortgage brokers. We've only just released this product for mortgage brokers, but I can tell you real estate agents use our platform as a marketing tool. Do they get leads? Absolutely. But it's really about marketing themselves. They market themselves through social, and they market themselves, using our promoter product, which will launch in a couple of weeks. In a couple of months. So it's really important to understand that RateMyAgent is a tool, and a tool is only as effective as the people who use it. So can you get leads? Absolutely. But it's a tool. It's not just you're still going to get the reviews and share those reviews out across the web and make it easy for people to find you. Hi there. How easy is it to post to Facebook and Instagram? So our social media manager does that automatically. So I've been through that. If you missed that, then please look at the. We will have a replay of this. We'll send that out to you. How do you link to Facebook to post reviews? Do you have to be on a pro pack? So yes, you can manually share reviews onto Facebook and just use the link and post them in. So there's nothing stopping you doing that. But if you want to use that social media manager where it automatically does it for you, it is part of the paid subscription. Yes, Cheryl. So if you paid for the basic for 1 year, do I have to pay only have to pay the difference for the pro? Absolutely. We're not going to double charge you there. So we will absolutely give you credit if you've got the basic package and you want to upgrade. Talk to our sales guys, and they will give you credit for that feature. Someone's asking me prices, please. So I'm just going to share my screen again quickly. Come back into here. So Emma's already put something in the chat there for you. So everyone's got the link to this page here, which shows you a little bit more about the features. But if you scroll down the bottom here, it shows you the pricing here. The basic is $49 a month, or $490 a year. So we do provide around about a 20% discount. You pay for 10 months and get 12 months. And for the pro subscription, again, $99 a month. But if you pay for the whole year up front, we do provide that discount as well. And as I said before, if you've already got a basic sub and you wanted to upgrade to the pro, then we will absolutely give you credit for whatever you've paid for the basic, and we're not going to double charge you there. So as I said, Andrew, in the chat at the moment, if you scroll back through the chat, there is a link. We will send a follow-up email just with a link to this page. You can also book in an appointment to meet with one of our our sales guys, also one of our support team to help you get any of this set up. I think that's all. There looked like there's some other stuff. I just wanted to say, Jed from customer support has been fantastic. Thanks, Kathy. Jed's actually my nephew. And we get a lot of great feedback about Jed. So Kathy, thank you so much. And Jed, if you're watching, well done, mate. Harry's asked, you can do a star rating on Google without an account, but not write a review. So that's Harry is a part of our digital marketing team. So that may be the misunderstanding here, that you can do a star rating on Google without a Gmail account, but not write a review. As I said, Paul, we'll definitely get absolute clarity on that, because I'm really interested to know myself. But it's I've just had that confirmation from our team to say that it's a star rating you can do, but not write a review. But hey, don't keyboard warrior, don't come back at me now, because we'll certainly have a look at that, and we don't want to mislead anyone. Michelle's asked, there looked like there was a borrowing capacity calculator on that guy's profile site. Does that link back to us via email? No, there's no borrowing capacity on our site. I think you were probably looking at the Entourage site there that had a borrowing capacity there. So that's their own website. So we certainly don't have a borrowing capacity calculator. Damien had a video that had the borrowing data. Yeah, so that was certainly on Entourage's website, not RateMyAgent. Wow, that was unreal. I got smashed a little bit there, but it's all coming through. I think that I think there's a lot of positivity. I hope, as I said, Paul, we're not misleading anyone there about the Gmail account. So we'll certainly have a look at that for you and just clarify that. And unless there's any other questions, as I said, please feel free. We will send out a link. So if you'd like to arrange a time to talk to one of our sales guys about upgrading to the pro subscription, we are building it so you'll be able to self-serve and do it yourself. But that's coming as well. So at the moment, if you'd like to contact us, you can via that link that Emma's put in the chat there. You can email us at support@ratemyagent.com.au, and we will help you out. Daniel, if there's any special offers, our support team will talk to you about that. We do certainly offer that discount of if you pay for 12 months up front, we'll only charge you for 10 months. So that's still there. I'm not aware of any other offers, but our sales team can certainly help you there. Okay, so I'm going to leave now unless anyone's got any other questions. Vincent says, thanks, Mark. Very informative. Thank you, Vincent. As I said, we're really rapt about the progress of RateMyAgent. We're getting a lot of reviews being posted. We're building out that database. The SEO is working. We're getting a lot of great feedback from mortgage brokers out there. Any questions, please get in touch. We'll probably do another webinar in the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's going to be constantly new features coming out, and we'll certainly keep you in touch with what we're doing. Anytime we've got something new to show you, we'll certainly get in touch and let you know what we're doing. So everyone have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye.